Hi, my name is Danita Burks and I'm running for Floyd County Clerk. My family moved here in 1973 and I attended Floyd County schools and I graduated, and I am a part of the fabric of this community. I've been married to Steve Burks for 31 years, and one of the greatest joys in my life is being the mom of 3 young men, Simeon, Stephen, and Seth, who is currently in Floyd County schools. We have one daughter-in-law, Brandy, and her and Simeon have been married for a little over 3 years now. You may ask, what qualifies me to run for Floyd County Clerk? My experience comes from being the director of Kids First Child Care Ministries for a little over 10 years, a staff of 28 employees, training employees, working with state guidelines, meeting bi-weekly payrolls, overseeing budgets, and wise spending. But the greatest joy of my job is seeing the children and watching them grow. For many of them will one day be the future citizens of this community. I would like to take these expertise and solid business principles and apply them to continue to serve Floyd County residents. In researching this office, I have found that it comes with great responsibilities. The greatest responsibility is to use the tax dollars of the taxpayers in the most efficient manner of all areas, such as staffing, voter registration, court documents, marriage license, record keeping, and many other areas of this office. Even with all the problems in our nation, we can make a difference together at the local level. It would be my privilege to serve this community as the next Floyd County Clerk. Thank you for your time, and God bless Floyd County.
Hi, my name is Christy Deering-Urton, and I'm running for Floyd County Clerk. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Sullivan and the students here at WNAS for allowing the candidates to come in and give their campaign literature and explain what it is that they stand for, and to put a face with the name. As I stated, my name is Christy Deering-Urton. I'm a lifelong resident of Floyd County. I graduated from New Albany High School, attended Indiana University Southeast with a bachelor's degree in political science. I am married to my husband, Brian. We have 2 children, Devin and Brianna, and we currently reside in Georgetown. I've actually worked at the clerk's office for the last 20 years. I started working part-time, worked my way up to the top. I started doing child support. I went full-time in 1998 doing child support. I then moved to first deputy bookkeeper. In 2014, I ran for Floyd County Clerk. In the last 4 years, as you know, Floyd County has switched from paper ballots to a touchscreen ballot, as long as becoming a vote center county. We are the only county in southern Indiana that's currently a vote center county. In the last 4 years, you've seen an increase in voting machines and voting locations. We work diligently on, accumulating more voting machines so that we would be able to have more accessibility with locations. We have several locations that we have on the 2 Saturdays before the election, as well as locations during the week. We have received a lot of feedback from the voters that seem very pleased with this. They love the accessibility of the hours that allows them to get out and not have to worry about on election day being able to not get in before 6 o'clock. That is one of the things that the clerk is responsible for. They are head of the elections. I feel that we've done a good job so far at this time, being able to allow a secure election to Floyd County residents. Another process that the clerk is responsible for is the court management. I work diligently with our 4 judges and our magistrate to make sure that everything in the court process goes as smoothly as possible. In 2016, we went to e-filing. So we are now moving to a paperless world. It has been a work in process, and it's still a working process. We are scanning new files. We are scanning old files, and as they're being scanned, they will become paperless. We've also found things in storage as we've been trying to get things out of storage and make them available to the public, and this is still another work that we are working on. I would like to, at some point, whenever these documents are scanned, be able to put this available for the public to look online for free and be able to print out any documents that they like. Another program that we do is a jury management system. So the clerk's office is responsible for several things. We have 4 different programs that we have within our office, and I'm knowledgeable on all of these programs, and I'm able to step in whenever we need a hand in the office. As I stated before, I'm running for a re-election actually. So I'm asking for your support. To me, experience matters. And that's all the bottom line is. You need somebody in that office that's going to know what they're doing. A lot of work has been in the process of making sure that everything is where it's flowing the way it needs to be. So I ask for your support this election and vote Urton for certain. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Scott Clark, and I'm your Floyd County Auditor. I'm asking for your vote so that I can remain your Floyd County Auditor for the next 4 years. Lots have happened in my 5 years as Auditor. For the last 5 years, I have saved approximately $265,000 in labor reduction, a figure that easily pays my salary for the last 5 years. During that time, I've arranged loans when the county was not in good financial condition. I arranged loans so the county could stay in the black for the next 5 years. During this time, early in the year, I found that there were $5.4 million in lost money in the Treasury. There had been some errors from the previous two auditors, and this $5.4 million was laying in our Treasury. No one knew what to do with it, how to fix it. I quickly submitted a plan to the Indiana State Board of Accounts, which was approved, and we were able to distribute that money that was badly needed by all our political subdivisions. The city, the county, the fire districts, the townships of Greenville and Georgetown, they all needed a shot in the arm financially, and this kind of spurred on some things. Since under my leadership, we don't have any more lost money anymore. All our funds are 100% accounted for and will continue to be with me as auditor. Early on, I was asked when the county was not in great financial shape, what do we need to do? And I replied to a local paper, well, we either need to raise revenues, as in taxes, or we need to sell the hospital. That was on the front page of the paper the very next day, and I think that helped to spur change in terms of how we looked at our county. 3 years later, the hospital was sold, and we no longer need to raise taxes in our county. In fact, it's my idea to lower the taxes in the county so that we can put more money into your take-home pay each and every week that you're paid. It will also help the county be economically viable to attract new businesses, and we'll be economically competitive with anybody in the area. I've also brought forward greater transparency. We have on our Floyd County website, at the top of the page, main page, meeting video. I installed cameras and audio so that all of our county council meetings and all of our commissioner meetings would be able to be seen by all the taxpayers in Floyd County. You can see those meetings and a lot more others so that you can see your elected officials in action. And I think that's brought greater transparency, greater understanding to our local government system. We have great schools in Floyd County. We have tremendous parks. We're getting ready to open another park on Charlestown Road. We have a re-emerging city. We have tremendous potential for our riverfront. Floyd County is a tremendous place to live. I like to feel like I've been a part of that, and I want to continue to be a part of that by being your Floyd County Auditor for the next 4 years. Again, I'm Scott Clark, and I'm asking your vote for me to remain as Auditor for the next 4 years for Floyd County. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Maury Goldberg. I'm here at WNAS to take this presentation for you. First, I'd like to thank WNAS for allowing me to be a part of this. So a little bit about me. I have been a 5-term city councilman. I have spent the 20 years in office learning budget. That's one thing I do know. I do know how government is set up. So with my experience, I have been in, I'm a graduate of New Albany High School. I'm a graduate of Indiana State University, postgraduate education. And then I'm also a graduate of Leadership Southern Indiana, the millennial class of 99 to 2000. And what I'm about, as people who've elected me over the years know, I'm about honesty, transparency, and I represent one person, and that is you, the voter. That is my first loyalty and nothing else, because when I was in the city council, I did not vote for the tax increase for the sewers one bit, because I disagreed. I have the ability to say no. The thing I want to emphasize is there's so many issues that affect us. The auditor is the secretary to the county council, the secretary to the county commissioners. The auditor takes care of publishing in the New Albany Tribune and Evening News all the vendor claims and payroll and all the other tax information that comes before. The auditor is responsible for letting the press and the public know of meetings, and you will have access to the records. That is what I consider transparency. Plus, they also responsible for the plat maps, area maps, and other things as deemed necessary by the state of Indiana. The thing that is interesting about the auditor's office is that one, there should be transparency. We should be able to come in within the Indiana records law and get any information that is necessary. That I will help you get. I will be there from 8 to 4, and you will always be able to come in and say, "Hey, Murray, I have a question. Please come on down." The door is always open to you. The thing that I'm concerned about is, and what I ran on the last time, was the hospital sale. Now, we got a good Baptist hospital group running the hospital now, but when we sold the hospital, that was our hospital. Dr. Paris, Dr. Bickers, Dr. Streepley, Dr. Cannon, they all donated their money to make Floyd Memorial what it was. It was a public hospital, and we sold our hospital. So, where did that money went? The money that we, part of it was sold, went into the community foundation, 70 million of it. And then we hear, okay, we're gonna use the interest from that 70 million to go ahead and pay for the jail. We're going to build a $15 million jail for $90 million over a 20-year period, and you're going to be, starting in October, you're going to be paying a jail income tax. Think about it. The government just recently passed tax reform, of which you will get a payroll deduction. That is taken away. And businesses are going to go ahead and have a permanent tax. And this is what I find interesting. We're building a jail, paying tax money, when we could have gone to the New Albany Building Authority and we wouldn't be paying any more than what we are paying now. No tax increase, no tax on your income. They would have handled it. Think of the jail as you're going to buy a house, but you have no collateral, no income, and the bank is going to give you money. The thing is, we need to have people in there that say no, know what they're doing, and say we have a better way. What I just told you, going to the building authority, would be a better way. The other thing is, it's all predicated on the drug problem. April 1st, 1976, I remember that well. My father, God rest his soul, had a pharmacy, Leon's Pharmacy at East 7th and East Spring. And on that day, he was robbed, shot, and the lady that worked with us was shot. Papa's in the hospital for 3 weeks. The point is, it was a drugstore robbery. 42 years later, we still face the same problem of drugs. You have to rob a drugstore now, you're stupid. But the thing is, we can't arrest our way out, building another 100 beds in the jail, and expect to solve the problem when we need to go ahead and get the judges, healthcare professionals, doctors, build halfway houses. We need to come together as a community to help people and help solve the problem. Arresting people is not going to help. We've seen people get out of jail and go ahead and get back into drugs. The arrests for jails are up, for drugs are up 30%. We need to help them. We can't go ahead and build another, 500-bed jail if the state requires it? We need common sense in government. We need people that say, no, there's a better way. And I believe there is a better way. So, once again, my name is Maury Goldberg. I'm running for County Auditor on the Democrat ticket. I want your vote. I appreciate your support, and thank you very much for listening to me. And have a wonderful night.
Hi, my name is Jason Applegate, and I'm born and raised in Floyd County, Indiana. I graduated from New Albany High School and got involved in politics not too long ago. Whenever the 2016 and the school board referendum came through, I got involved because I had at the time a 6-month-old daughter, and I realized that public schools has done me very well throughout my life, and I knew that this decision for the referendum would involve my daughter, and she in the referendum was explained to the public where the money was going to go, what projects, the amount of money, and how it was going to be worded on the ballot. The referendum passed, and the work started being done. And as of now, a lot of the projects, if not all, are ahead of schedule, and at least I know some of them are under budget. And when this process started, it got me thinking about how local politics can make a difference. So I started looking around, and there was a seat that just kept coming back to me. This year will be, it's the commissioner seat. There's 3 total commissioners. This one seat is the only one up for election, and it will be an open seat. So I really started looking at it, and my background is in advertising and marketing. Founder and co-owner of Extol Magazine, and with that I work with all the municipalities around the area, even across the river into Louisville. I also work with a lot of the organizations, tourism, So-In Tourism, Building Development Association, One Southern Indiana, Horseshoe Foundation, Community Foundation of Southern Indiana, a madrid of other communities or organizations, and also, as I mentioned, a lot of the other municipalities. Town of Clarksville, Jeffersonville, New Albany, Charlestown, Scottsburg, just our surrounding communities, Corden, and then I started looking at this seat, and that's a lot what the commissioners does. It frames the border of our county. I look at it kind of like a picture, a puzzle. The commissioner seat, they frame the borders on and put the border pieces in. Then we let the municipalities fill in what they are going to look like, and then the commissioners fill in the in the middle parts that do not have a municipality or government, but also looks at the whole community or the whole county as a whole, and puts that picture to finish that puzzle off. So when I started looking at that, the commissioner seat looks at all the, it works with all these organizations already, or at least is supposed to work with all these organizations and municipalities to find out what is the future for Floyd County. along with the infrastructure of roads and bridges, the jail, the sheriff's office. I mean, a lot of those elements, the planning, the zoning, all that does run through the commissioner seat for the county. And that's important, but I think that the overall picture is looking down the road and seeing where we're going to be at in 5 to 10 years. Again, I go back to my daughter, which is now, she'll be 3 years old in January, and knowing that she will be living in this community, and how is our community going to look in 5 and 10 years? And when I look at that, I then look around the region and I see that a lot of our other communities, we can look at them and see which direction they're heading, whether it's industrial, whether it's a commercial, and then even the growth in Louisville and the tourism that they bring in with Churchill Downs, and then also the ever booming bourbon industry. And I look at what we can be a part of that, and I think that with our school systems, due to that referendum, our great faculty, our staff, and of course our children within the community, I feel that we have a very unique opportunity here in Floyd County because of our school systems, because of our community, because of our beauty of our lands, that we can really set our picture and what we're going to look like in that 5 and 10 year route. We have a wonderful comprehensive plan that promotes smart growth. I'm fully on board with the smart growth motto, which is looking at various forms of living that fit all ages and ranges of income levels, and then but while you're looking at while you're growing, you also are keeping one foot planted in your agricultural history and who you are as a community. There was a time I lived in Indianapolis for I guess it was about six years, and it was going through a very, very heavy growth spurt. But when you look at some of the suburbs, let's say your Carmel or your Noblesville, and you look at those communities and you go back there today, and they have all grown, but they all have their feel of what was set when they initially started these growth plans. And I think that is good government at its finest, when you can go into, let's say I was just in Carmel not too long ago and was looking around, and they've got art districts, and they've got quaint buildings, they've got certain sign restrictions, things that really just make the community what it is, and they're planning, and they didn't this just didn't happen. The future was planned 5, 10, 15 years ago when you had good government in to look out a little bit. Along with this, I think that it's not a decision that is just solely for your government. I believe that we have to involve our kids in our future. I can't speak on the future without having their input. I believe that we need to have a youth council involved into where we, as a community, we actually have an organized youth program that, or youth council that is that are youth members from our high schools, Ivy Tech, Prosser, and our universities. So we have a younger age gap there that gets them involved in the community from a youth perspective, but also from just a younger generation with technology, and then what the future holds for, or what they would like to see in the community. As much as what we spend on our education system, and as much as the referendum was put into the community, I would hate to see that all our youth gets educated here and goes away and never wants to come back. So what I would love to see is that we involve our youth with this youth council to bring them in to be able to offer up opinions and advice to the commissioners when there are large decisions that are to be made. I think that that opinion matters, and I think that when we look at this, that brings in that brings in what the opinion from our youth is, what the opinion of our government is, and then we involve our community, and we get out and we work and we talk with our community, and I think that when we cover all our bases, as I had mentioned earlier, the referendum did, that the results being planned out should look really should be really prosperous and look really nice for our community. I know there's some rose-colored glasses there because you are dealing with government, but in the whole, the process should work. We have great people in the community. We have great people in the government on both sides of the party. The good thing that I feel that we have is the majority of people that I run into in office or running for an office are involved in our community, care for our community, and though it could be difference of opinion, the majority of people I feel will make good decisions based off of the community and what is best for the community. So we have to work alongside of just the people that we're with. We have to work with our municipalities. We have to let our municipalities be who they are and back them up from at least my seat as the commissioner seat. And when we do that, we were able to work together instead of against, and I feel that the wheels go round and round on that when we have that open communication and we have that working relationship from, let's say, the county or city of New Albany or city or town of Georgetown or Greenville. We have to let those municipalities be who they want to be, but we also have to work with them to know that the county as a whole has that picture that everybody benefits if we are all working together. So in closing, what I'm looking at from myself is that my knowledge of Floyd County, my ability to be in advertising and marketing, to go out and market our county to people and businesses that we want to have in our communities, I feel is a bonus. And then also my ability that I've already have been working with all these various organizations and municipalities. When the job turns over from being from someone holding the seat for 12 years, when the job turns over 1-1, I'll be able to hit the ground running. I know the community, I know the people, I know the organizations, I understand what the job description is, and I feel that I fit that job description. So when you come out early voting or on the last day of November 6th, I hope that you remember the name Jason Applegate, and you will honor me with your vote, and I will be very humbled to serve you. And you can look at my information or find more information about me at www.applegateforoffice.com. You can email me at Applegate applegateforoffice@gmail.com. And then, of course, I'm on Facebook, Applegate for Office. But I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Sean Carruthers, and I'm running for Floyd County Commissioner, District 1. I've been involved in our local community for over 10 years now. I first served 4 years on our Floyd County 4-H Corporation Board. I currently serve on the River Hills Development District and Regional Planning Commission, Prevent Child Abuse Council, and Redeem the Dream, where I advocate for at-risk youth in our community. I have also volunteered on many state, local, and federal campaigns. I have served as treasurer and now chairman of our local Floyd County Republican Party. As your commissioner, I'll have 3 priorities. 1, protecting the proceeds from the sale of Floyd Memorial Hospital. 2, improving the infrastructure of Floyd County. And 3, encouraging high-tech economic growth in our community. I'm Sean Carruthers, and I ask for your vote.
Hello, my name is Tom Pickett, your friendly Floyd County Councilman in District 1. First of all, I'd like to thank WNAS and New Albany High School for inviting me in to share with you my campaign for my re-election in November. My district actually is in most of the city of New Albany, the West End, and a large portion of the East End, and north side of Charleston Road and Slate Run area. In my nearly 12 years of being on the council, I've been so honored to serve on many boards, including the Appeals Board, the Bargaining Board, where we bargain with the Sheriff's Department and officers, and also the correction officers. And currently, I'm president of the Community Corrections Advisory Board and representative of Purdue Extension Advisory Board. I'm also a member of the Youth Shelter Advisory Board and member of the Kiwanis Club of Historic New Albany. And also, I'm a member of the Central Christian Church right here in New Albany. I'm also a certified automotive technician by ASE, which stands for Automotive Service Excellence, and have been since 1980. I also taught automotive services at Prosser School of Technology and Career Center. I worked in maintenance department for the YMCA here in New Albany, Floyd County. Some of my hobbies are I love walking great distances and enjoy doing so to keep my body healthy as well as I can. And I also play guitar, sing karaoke at times, but it's been a while, and with my lovely wife Roz. I've also been a member of the American Legion since 1994, and I always have respect for our veterans and for them choosing to serve our country and keeping us safe. The reasons I'm running for or seeking for a fourth term is to do the best of my ability to serve the people of Floyd County and to save the taxpayers' money or use it wisely. I've always supported public education for our children's future, and I'm happy to have our new Green Valley School that's opened this year, and Slate Run School is being built as we speak for next year. Also renovations to here in New Albany High School and some other schools as well. I've also been a huge supporter of public safety, and I've worked very hard to support better funding for our police officers as well as correction officers, and I'm very proud to say now we have really good contracts with them. We also approved 10 new police officers and police cars, and this year we're hiring 10 new correction officers. I'm also very pleased that last year in 2017 and this year in 2018 that we approved a good increase in pay for our county employees. I realize this takes a lot of dollars to make this happen, but I also know the great needs for all of us and to keep us safe and all our county needs. With all that, with that said, we still face financial challenges, and we will deal with that as needed to be. I'll close with this. It's my prayers with the people to keep our country employees, our county employees, safe and keep all of our kids safe and all of us safe. I humbly ask for your vote for Tom Pickett, your winning ticket, on November 6th, 2018. God bless our community, God bless us all, and God bless America. Thank you.
Hello, Floyd County. I'm Adam Roberts, and I'm running for County Council, District 2. District 2 consists of the 7 precincts in Lafayette and 9 precincts in New Albany, in and around Grant Line Road, Green Valley Road, and Daisy Lane. If you're not sure exactly what district you're in, you can go to floydcountyclerk.org, and there is a map you can click on that will show you your district. I'm a lifelong resident, born and raised in Floyd County. I've been married for 20 years. I have 3 children who are all in the Floyd County school system. People ask me all the time, why? Why do you want to run for office? And the answer is simple. It is community. I feel like Floyd County is a great place to live, to work, and to play. And I want to keep it that way for generations to come. One of our biggest enemies is apathy. People feel like they don't need to be involved, or they shouldn't be involved because one voice or one vote will not make a difference. This is simply not true, and we have to change that mindset in our community. So I want to thank you for listening to this video. You have taken the first step to educate yourselves on who the candidates are that are going to be involved in your community. So thank you. There's 3 areas of the Floyd County Council that I want to address. Number 1 is the tax burden. We're a highly taxed county. We've had the school tax, we've had the jail tax, and we've had high assessments. That's the trifecta for taxation. We need to stop taxing our citizens in Floyd County and find another way to generate revenue going forward. Number 2 is balancing the budget. This is plain and simple. Just like at home, we can't put out more than we bring in. We can't spend more than what we bring in. So it's time, plain and simple, to balance the budget. And number 3, we have got to start working with the city government. So we need to provide a plan, a vision, 5 years and 10 years down the road. How are we going to address some of these issues, like the jail? We need to be proactive. We're the 3rd smallest county in the state. Why we have 2 governments, I don't know. So we immediately need to start looking at areas of redundancy and overlap to reduce wasteful spending. Thank you again so much for listening to this video. And remember, there's a lot of ways to vote in Floyd County. If you go to floydcountyclerk.org, it has all the early voting locations, dates, and times. So please get out and vote. If you have any questions for me or would like to share any information with me, please feel free to reach me at adam.roberts@twc.com or on Facebook at Roberts for County Council. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sarah Batliner Downs, and I'm running for County Council District 2. I was born and raised here in Floyd County. My family lives off of St. Mary's Road up in Floyd's Knobs. My entire family is in the area, so we've called this community home for a very long time. I've been involved in the community from a very young age, whether it was talking with Senator Lee Hamilton and advocating for Floyd County in 4th grade, or running the campaign with my grandpa when he was running for commissioner, Charlie Zip, or tutoring math students as a teacher here in the community. Currently, I'm the middle school math instructional lead with Jefferson County Public Schools, and I work with thousands of individuals in over 20 schools to identify obstacles and create goals together so that we can overcome those obstacles and meet the needs of our students. In my role, I also have to create a budget so I can meet the needs of our teachers and provide professional development now and throughout the summer. So I try to create a budget where we can meet the needs of teachers now, but then also look forward far enough in advance that we can have money set aside for needs that we will need in the future. My goal is to create a balanced budget. So I'm going to ask the questions like, where's the money going? What are we spending it on? Are we overspending? And is there a way that we can combine resources so that we can work harder, or smarter, not harder? And I want to listen to and identify those needs of the individuals that will receive money from our budget. As an instructional lead, that's what I do on a daily basis. I work with schools and teachers, and we identify the needs and the obstacles, and we overcome those. So how can we do that without listening to each other and getting each side of the story to create a balanced budget that meets everybody's needs in the community? I will also be efficient and creative. We can combine resources if departments have the same goal. So if we can combine those resources and just work smarter, not harder, then we can save some money and use it towards other items. We can also look for grants and see what grants are available to supplement our budget. As a teacher, I wrote grants and earned over $15,000 in grants from my own personal classroom. So I believe this would be a good option to help supplement our budget so that we can balance it. As your county council person, I will work hard to grow in the community, in a smart way so that it's sustainable for our future generations and so that they can enjoy it just like I did whenever I was growing up. So please vote for me, Sarah Batliner Downs.
Hi, my name is Brian Brewer, and I'm running for Floyd County Council in District 3. I want to thank WNAS for giving us the opportunity to come in and tell you about our political beliefs, about ourselves, and what we hope we can do for our community. I grew up in New Albany, and I lived along Charlestown Road all my life. And Charlestown Road is right in the middle of District 3. If you start from County Line Road on Charlestown Road and come all the way in Charlestown Road to just a little bit past Vincennes Street, I've lived on both sides of Charlestown Road all the way down that road. I've lived on Long Meadow Drive, I've lived on Vance Avenue, I've lived on Linwood Drive, and I currently reside on Quail Ridge Trail. My whole life has been spent in New Albany and mostly in District 3. I have two questions for you to think about before I go any farther here as I talk a little bit about myself, but I think they're important. Are we using our tax dollars to create an environment for success for everyone in Floyd County? And what are we currently spending the most of our tax dollars on? My parents worked hard to raise 4 children, and they sacrificed a lot for us. My dad was a union meat cutter, and my mother was a secretary at IUS in the chemistry department. They made sure we knew that we were loved and supported, and that made all the difference. I went to Slate Run Elementary, Hazelwood Junior High in New Albany. After graduation, I went off to Ball State University and earned a teaching degree in industrial technology education. Later, I earned a master's degree and a teaching degree in science from Indiana University Southeast. I returned to this area because of my strong family ties, and I wanted to teach and coach in New Albany. Like many of you, I have suffered setbacks in my career. I was laid off once, and after my first year of teaching, I was laid off when 51 teachers were laid off in New Albany, and because of budget crisis, and I was fortunate to get hired nearby in North Harrison, where I taught for a number of years, 13 years, until I came back into Floyd County in 1996 and finished my career here. My wife and I have 2 wonderful children who are both married and working as teachers, and 1 grandchild who we love to watch. The environment we have around us has a huge effect on our chances of being successful. That environment includes the emotional support from our family and friends, but also includes the support provided by our community through the use of tax dollars. Some of those supports include the educational system, roads, parks, hospitals, fire and police departments, but we are also supported by the jobs that are available in our community. Without good paying jobs, then the other supports will disappear. When those supports disappear, then more people turn to crime. Currently, 75% of our budget is spent on the criminal justice system here in Floyd County. Don't get me wrong, I support our police. My brother Kyle was a detective on the New Albany Police Department. I know how hard that job is. But we need to think about, are we actually trying to prevent people from getting to the point where they're going to be a criminal, or what can we do in that part, or are we just reacting to people who are criminals now because of our system and not, and that's all we're doing? So it's more just a reaction. There was a story a long time ago I was told about, you can either put a guardrail at the top of a cliff, or you can put an ambulance down at the bottom. And I think if we need to work more on building those guardrails, the support systems in our community that prevent people from going off that cliff and having those devastating things happen to their life. That's where I'd like to see us focus more of our money. That's not easy to do, but that's something I'd like to see us do more of. Well, how do we do this? How do we spend more money on where we need to spend it, where I think we need to spend it? Well, we get there by cutting waste wherever we can, investing in technology where it can increase efficiency, balancing the budget, not by raising taxes, but by attracting development that builds the tax base and provides higher paying jobs. Preserving the hospital funds to provide for projects in the future. We paid for the hospital, and the money we use should be used to limit our expenses in the future for big projects we have coming up sometime that we'll have to have. We need to support our schools, improve our parks and roads to show that Floyd County is a great place to live and raise a family. There is no easy fix to the problems that we face, but most good things are never gained without hard work. I'm willing to do that work if you give me a chance. I got into this race because we have a lot to lose if we don't do a better job. In closing, I want you to think about something you care about, that you value. It could be your family, could be your home, could be your neighborhood. All of these depend on us living in an environment to support success. That's the community I want to live in, don't you? Thank you.
I'm Danny Short, the Republican candidate for Floyd County Council in the 3rd District. Floyd County still faces many challenges despite the sale of the county hospital. My experience gives me a unique advantage in tackling these problems. For the last 8 years, I've been president of the New Albany Township Board. I have dealt with budget issues similar to what I will see on the county council. During my time on the board, we've created a surplus in our budget, and I, along with other members, even took a pay cut to provide raises for office associates without raising your taxes. That's what real leadership looks like. I am fully prepared to bring this experience and a mindset to the county council to protect our future for generations to come. I have a passion for this county and especially the people of the 3rd District. I have listened to your concerns, your wants, and your needs. I will address all of those in the first year on the council. I pledge to keep your tax rates flat, to address improvements with our roads and parks, and to contribute a short and long-term plan for the county. I have the experience and the record. I am the only true conservative in this race, and I'm ready to lead on day one. I humbly ask for your vote. Danny Short for Floyd County Council, District 3. Help me protect our future. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Denise Conkle, candidate for Floyd County Council District 4, which is Greenville, Georgetown, and Franklin Townships. I'm a lifelong resident of Floyd County. I'm married to Dennis Conkle and have 2 adult children, Nathan and Stacy, and 1 granddaughter, Brooklyn. I have an accounting degree from IUS and am retired after a 38-year career with Brown & Williamson Tobacco. Mainly in the budgeting and reporting area. I am currently Vice President of Floyd County. I wanted to take just a few minutes to explain to you the difference between the County Council and the County Commissioners. The County Council serves as the financial arm of the county, sort of like a CFO would serve in a company. The county commissioners serve as the executive branch of the county council, more like a CEO would serve in a company. In the last 2 years, the county council has made great strides at securing the financial security of Floyd County. The sale of the county hospital brought in $150 million to the county, and many significant decisions had to be made with regard to that money. I feel as a collective county council, we have developed a good team and have been able to work together to make well-informed decisions. My contribution to that team has been the ability to do financial analysis and present those analyses so that we could make good factual decisions for the county. I want to continue to serve because I feel I have made a difference. I feel that my skill set that I have developed over my career serves me well in this position. There are many more significant decisions to be made for this county with regard to that money. So why I want to run? I think Floyd County is a wonderful place to live. It is a thriving, safe, and friendly community, and I want to secure this community so that my children can raise their family in such a wonderful county. God bless, and thank you for the opportunity to serve you over the last 2 years, and I would appreciate your vote.
Hello, I'm Dennis Raudenbush, and I'm on the ballot to be re-elected to continue serving as a Georgetown Township Trustee. I would like to thank WNAS for allowing me to be here today. I was born and raised in Floyd County. I am a graduate of New Albany High School. I graduated from Sullivan College with a degree in business management and a degree in accounting. I served in the United States Army as platoon sergeant and served 1 year in Vietnam. Many of you know me from the many years I have been in the grocery business. I managed the Floyd Central Thriftway for many years. Most recently, I was an auditor for JC Foods for over 4 years, auditing more than 70 stores, complete operations. I currently am the store manager of the JC Food Store in English, Indiana. Public service is an essential part of my life. I'm a member of the Edwardsville United Methodist Church, the American Legion, VFW, 48 Veterans Club, Georgetown Optimist Club, New Albany Elks Lodge, 2-term past master of Georgetown Masonic Lodge, 1-term past master of New Albany Masonic Lodge, and the Indiana Township Association. I have been married to my wife, Margaret, for 43 years. I have 1 daughter, 2 granddaughters, and 1 great-grandson. I was an elected board member of Georgetown Township for being elected as a Georgetown Township Trustee. I am uniquely qualified to continue this role. During my tenure with the township, I have balanced the budget all 8 years of my service while serving all citizens of Georgetown Township. Township government is the most accessible branch of local government, and we must continue with strong, accountable, and transparent leadership. If you would like to know more what a township trustee's duties are, please feel free to call me. My phone number is in the phone book. I also invite you to visit our website at georgetowntownshiptrustee.com. Again, I want to thank WNAS and New Albany High School for allowing me to be here today. We are very fortunate to have a great radio and TV station in our school system. In closing, I would like to ask everyone to please do something kind for someone every day. Just a little bit of kindness goes a long way in making someone's day a better day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm David Brewer. I'm running for New Albany Township Trustee. Thank you for being here today, and welcome to WNAS Candidate Profile Show. I appreciate the opportunity to have the option to be here and be able to tell my story of what I can do and why you would want to vote for David Brewer. I think the thing of it is that people have to understand is that with my experience as New Albany Building Commissioner the last 9 years and the last 7 years been New Albany's Director of Code Enforcement, it's afforded me the opportunity to be in those neighborhoods, be on the streets, be in the alleys, deal with folks every single day that need it the most. Part of what I do too is trying to make New Albany a great place to live. Our motto in my office is about helping others. I was on a sidewalk one night after a family had lost their home to a fire. They'd lost everything. And I wasn't sure what to do. I was calling different agencies, but it was late. It was very late. And I realized that there's some things here going on that we could do better, that we could figure out how can we help folks. And then I found out about what New Albany Township Trustee is. I'm like most of you. I didn't know what all it entailed and what it was about. But basically, it's there for you in times of crisis. It puts us in a position as elected officials that when you need something and you're out there and you're not sure where to turn, you're in a financial crisis, that they're there for you. They're there to help. They're to help pull you through that time, Bill, get you in a position to where you're not wondering whether or not you're going to be able to live in that home, whether you're going to be able to stay there, whether or not a landlord is able to get a hold of it in midnight when something's going on. I want to put us in a position that we have a 24-hour hotline. So our service and availability has gone up to the point that you know that if you need something, somebody's there. I think the thing of it is that you say, why you want to do this? Well, it's important to me for you to know that I'm here to help you. I care about that. I care about New Albany. I want to continue to keep making it a great place to live, and I see a need. Part of that is I understand that need. Maybe why I'm sensitive to that is I've been there too. I sit here today with a tie and a tie tack and press shirt, but I can tell you, I know what it's like to come home from working outside all day, 95-degree heat, picking up a kid from daycare, trying to get in the house, and you can't because the electric's not on, the garage door opener doesn't work. And we've had one of the worst residential housing crisis in my lifetime. In 2008, it affected all of us. And I was in the building industry as a contractor for 8 years, and being self-employed, we live paycheck to paycheck sometimes, and especially when you're going through tough times in a crisis when houses aren't selling and money's not flowing. It put us in a position and said, what do you do? I was fortunate. I had a mother who worked really hard and helped, that day was able to help us get that electric back on. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has a position or a family member or be in that position that they can help right away. And I learned through New Albany Township Trustee some things they do, whether it be help someone who's trying to get to work. If you got a single mom out there trying to make it, or a single dad trying to make it, car breaks down. The repair guy says, hey, it's $800 to fix your car. You don't have $800. What do you do? Township Trustee is there for those people in need that need it most in a state of crisis, whether your house catches on fire and you don't know what to do next. You don't have the funds and the ability to go stay in a hotel or get somebody to help you move your stuff out that minute. The trustee has the ability to do those things. Now, with the work of myself and that department, it puts us in a position that we can change what's going on. We can also put you in a position to where, hey, look, if we're using tax dollars that we're trying to help others, we're trying to help people that meet certain criteria, that it can truly make a difference. I want to be the person that leads the forefront and the charge on that so that we can break the cycle of living week to week and help educate those in need to say, hey, this is what you can do to help. This is how we can do things better, whether it's providing a safer place to live, whether it's helping them in that moment when needed most. That you got to understand, this is a quality of life issue, strictly about quality of life. I feel I'm the right guy for that with my experience, my knowledge, and what I've been able to do in New Albany for the last 9 years as your building commissioner. I grew up in this town. I played basketball here. I've coached basketball here. I've volunteered in numerous amount of baseball and basketball teams. I will continue to do that. I enjoy that. And I want you to know that I feel I'm the right guy at the right time to help New Albany Township become a better place and to help break that cycle. I appreciate your vote and your confidence on November 6th. And thank you for your time for being here, and thank you for listening to this video. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Steve Burks, and I want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to the candidates for this upcoming election. If you'd allow me to, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my family. I've had the honor to be married to Danita Doss Burks for the last 31 years. I've also had the privilege of being called Dad by 3 incredible young men. Simeon Micah, who is married to Brandy. They've been married about 3.5 years now. And then I would call him our adventurous son, Stephen Malachi, who attends school in Sydney, Australia, and he's wrapping that up, going to be home at the end of the year. And, well, Mom and I can't wait to see him. And then we have Seth Matthew, who attends Floyd Central High School. He's a sophomore there and plays basketball. And it's also been my privilege to have served as your New Albany Township trustee for the last 4 years. Now, you may not know what a trustee does or really what a township is. Well, in the state of Indiana, there are 1,000 townships across this great state. And in each of those townships, there's a trustee and there's a board. And you might say, well, what is the function of a township trustee or a township? Well, what you may not realize is that the state divvies out a tax levy, and that tax levy goes to certain governing units, and the trustees department or the township is one of those areas. And what we do is we assist people at a financial level, well, when life throws them a curve, something's unexpected. For instance, they may have a hard time paying their rent. Maybe they lost their job. They don't have the means to meet their utility bills and other areas like that. And I guess you could say it's really the benevolent arm of this grassroots government. But that's not all we do. We also do indigent burials. And you might say, well, what's an indigent burial? Well, first of all, when anyone dies, it's a terrible thing. But it even makes it worse when someone doesn't have the means to give a person a proper burial. And so what we do is we work with the local funeral homes here to do just that and honor those who have lost loved ones. And so we also, it may not sound like a big thing to you, but we take care of the abandoned cemeteries in our area here and all those kind of things. And we work in conjunction with other nonprofit organizations in our township. We work with the Hope Southern Indiana, who is located off Bono Road in Graybrook. We also work with Salvation Army and churches in our area because it really is about community. And so that's what we do. I also understand that as we receive those tax levies from the state, where that money comes from, it comes from you, the taxpayer. And it's my responsibility to use the resources that are given to us with wisdom and compassion. And that using of those resources is based on trust. Trust that we will use them very wisely. But we also have to use discretion with those resources. And as someone said that it's better to give someone a hand up instead of a hand out. And I think that's true. And as a matter of fact, these last 4 years, I believe that we've done that. I want to say thank you to our team. I have 2 individuals that are such an asset to this community, Jimmy Martin and Vanessa Smiley. So if you're watching today, thank you for your service to this community. And so that's what we do here in New Albany, the New Albany Township. And I want to say one more thing before I say goodbye to you, that I realize that our nation and our country seems like it's divided on all kind of fronts. And while that may be true, I still believe that we live in the greatest nation on this planet. And what makes this nation great, well, is that you, the voters, come this election cycle, will be able to go to the polls and vote. But not just vote, vote your conscience. And if your conscience says, I want someone in office who understands that they are responsible to me, the voters, they're responsible to me to serve the community. I like to say it like this, that I'm elected to serve. And if that's the kind of person that you want in the New Albany Township Trustee's office, then I ask for your vote come this November. Again, my name is Steve Burks, and it's been my privilege to serve in this community. May God bless New Albany, Floyd County, and the New Albany Township. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Sharon Bagshaw. I reside here in New Albany with my husband Dale Bagshaw. We have 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 8 great-grandchildren. I am running for re-election to the New Albany Township Board. I love to serve my community. All of our children and grandchildren, and now the great-grandchildren, all go to the Floyd County school system, so I have a vested interest in my community and I love to serve. I've been a single mom, so I understand the issues that go along with doing the best that you can, and sometimes you come up short. And that is what the trustee's office is all about. So I have really enjoyed this job very much. I look forward to another 4 years when I'm elected. Our current trustee, Mr. Steve Burks, has done a remarkable job. He has held the clients to more of a higher standard, which helps them become more self-reliant. And this also helps them with their self-esteem and to become better citizens. I really enjoy this job. I look forward to it, and I would appreciate your vote on November 6th. And I look forward to serving my community, and God bless.
Hi, my name is Ann Carruthers, and I am running for the New Albany Township Board office. I am currently the president for Prevent Child Abuse for Clark and Floyd counties. I am also the System of Care Coordinator for Clark and Floyd counties. In my job, it consists of helping people. As president for the Prevent Child Abuse Council, we're always looking out for the safety and the overall well-being of all children and youth in both counties. As the System of Care Coordinator, we're always looking to coordinate services for those children and families who have been impacted by mental health. So my job is a lot like this office. I want to be a part of the Township Board so that I can help assist the resources in the community, help and assist the families who come for help. We've been able to build a collaboration of community agencies and support services who are in this profession. They not only help families when they need it, they continue to assist them until they reach a level of sustainability. One of my passions is helping people. I love to work with children. I'm also a coach at Hazelwood Middle School. We're mentoring a group of awesome young ladies, and in that time that I spend with them from October to January and sometimes February, we actually instill in them a passion and a desire to help people as well. I would like your vote so that I can continue to help not only the youth and the families of Floyd County, but I can also continue to build programs that are so much needed for people in the time of need. Thank you so much. I love your support.
My name is Rick Cochran, and I am running for New Albany Township Board. I believe in helping others and accountability for taxpayers' money. I believe in also in playing by the rules and being fair to all that best serves the needs of this community. This is why I seek the office of New Albany Township Board. I have many years of experience on advisory boards, both government and private sector. As first deputy of the Floyd County Surveyor's Office, I served on the Economic Development Board, assisting with information that would be developed to create a statewide mapping program of available resources to attract out-of-state business. I served on the Revolving Loan Fund Board. This allowed small companies a low fixed-rate loan to develop communities. The first recipient was the co-owner of the development of Grantland Road Industrial Park, where many jobs have been created. I serve on the governor's local task team to stop the brain drain by promoting higher education for advanced manufacturing, developing systems to create more nurses due to shortages. Logistics was also part of this development for warehousing and trucking firms for the crossroads of America is Southern Indiana. Ivy Tech was developed to assist in these matters. I have been on the advisory board for Purdue University Technical Assistance Program at West Lafayette, as well as Purdue University here in New Albany. This program allowed the university to hear firsthand needs of manufacturing and its future requirements to educate the graduating students. I presently serve on the local Chamber of Commerce, One Southern Indiana, Environmental Health and Safety Roundtable. I was born in New Albany. I'm a graduate of New Albany High School. I have a BS degree from Ball State University and postgraduate studies at Purdue University programs here in New Albany. I am a certified plant engineer working for Bruce Fox Incorporated for 30 years, with the present title of Vice President of Engineering Services. I was a softball coach for Floyd Knobs Community Club for 16 years. I am a member of Holy Family Parish and the 48 Club here in New Albany. I am president of the Floyd County Democrat Men's Club. I am married to Mary Beth Cochran and have 4 girls. Megan Donald, married to Scott. Molly McDonald, married to JJ. Maria Harris, married to Hunter. And Melinda Cochran. My wife and I are blessed with 4 grandchildren. I appreciate this opportunity and thank the New Albany High School crew for sponsoring this event. Please, get out and vote, and I would appreciate you vote for me, Rick Cochran, for New Albany Township Board. Thank you, and have a great day.
Hello, I'm Patty Walker. I'm running on Democrat ticket for the New Albany Advisory Board. I've been on that board for twice, and I do know how to do budgets. It is very, very important because you have people's lives to budgets. I'm very proud to be a Democrat, and I'm proud to be to work on this particular issues. So vote for me, Patty Walker, for New Albany Advisory Board. Thank you.
Hello. Before I begin, I'd like to thank WNAS for hosting these spots. They're a great community service. My name is Donna Kohler-Corbett, and I'm running for District 1 School Board. When you go to the polls, you will have the opportunity to vote for 4 people, and it's a nonpartisan race. You'll be able to vote for 1 person, District 1, 1 person for District 2, and 2 people at large. I've been on the board now for 4 years, and it's taken me at least a year to understand my role, to learn how to work with administration, to build trust, and to gain confidence. I'm there. And I care. I care enough that I want to run for a second term so I can see everything through. I also feel that my educational background and my professional skills are assets to the school board. I have a BS in Training and Development from the School of Education, U of L. I also understand the role education plays in workforce development. I also understand what is needed to assess organizational needs and how to deliver training programs to meet those needs. And I worked for Dale Carnegie for a period of time. I'm a business analyst and project manager by trade, and therefore I am very analytical. I listen, I ask questions, and I weigh the pros and cons. I try very hard not to let personal agendas and petty politics fog my decisions. And I believe that winning is not nearly as important as working together to get to the right answer. As board members, we do not run the schools, but we do set the policies in place that management uses to run the schools on a day-to-day basis. We should be asking questions such as, what services are we to be providing? To which students? At what cost? And to what benefit? Is what we're doing working? And is what we're doing enough? Are we being good stewards of taxpayer dollars? And are we adequately preparing our kids for life, for college, and for a career? We've accomplished a lot over the last 4 years. We've promoted Dr. Snyder to superintendent, and he in turn rearranged his team to free up a spot so that we could hire an HR director, a long overdue hire for a corporation of our size. We've also hired a new CFO, Chris Street, and he's looking under every rock to find change, a must if public education is going to stay alive. We have highly rated schools, we have highly ranked programs across the board, and we have nice high-tech facilities thanks to our taxpayers. Our kids are succeeding. What's next? We need to finish up the referendum projects on time and on budget. We need to focus on ways we can better support our teachers because they are who empower our students. We need to evaluate the impact in-county transfers are having on our student-teacher ratios. We need to fully implement preschool and STEM. Some people will refer to that as STEAM now because we've added the arts. We need to continue to improve safety in our schools, including the parking at Prosser and the pickup lanes at some of our schools. And we also need to begin to work more closely with the city and county to address recreational needs such as soccer. On a final note, Charlie and I have 3 kids, Brian, Jacina, and Chase. They're all in their 30s now. And I have 1 grandchild. All either went to New Albany Floyd County schools or will be going to New Albany Floyd County schools. While my kids were in school, I invested my time in youth ministry, PTO, band boosters, and I also spearheaded junior achievement at my work. I believe in our youth and I believe in our schools. Please cast your vote for Donna Kohler Corbett when you go to the polls, District 1 School Board. And I also ask that you support WNAS, the oldest student-operated radio station in the world.
Well, hello Floyd County, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to address you. My name is Troy Wingler, and I'm currently running for the District 1 seat of the New Albany Floyd County School Board. Why am I running? Well, my beautiful wife of 15 years and I have 3 beautiful daughters, 1 in 1st grade, 1 in 5th grade, and 1 in 9th grade. So for the next 4 years, I'm going to be fully vested in every level of education in our school systems. I've been vested in our children's education even before they were in preschool, and I think parental involvement is a huge benefit to their success. I also love serving in this community. 4 years ago, I started a program down here called All Pro Dad, and it's a great opportunity to strengthen relationships with fathers and daughters, male role models, families, schools, and communities. And it's amazing what I've seen that a 45-minute meeting one time before school can do. It's really made a difference in the community, the friendships that I've made, the friendships that have strengthened our community, and ultimately we've had more people serving in our schools, which I think is a key to success. Another area that I'd like to advocate for and bring up more awareness to is the learning disability of dyslexia. The statistics are staggering on dyslexia. If you know 5 children, then there's a good chance that one of those kids has been diagnosed or has indications of dyslexia. There's new bills coming out. There was a Bill 217, which I'll do an interview with the senator that wrote that in the near future, that mandates that children be tested in the schools and that someone be available and educated to test them. I think at Floyd County schools that we do an excellent job of programming for the exceptional learners, and I think we do an excellent job of the programming for some of the slower learning disabled learners. But I don't necessarily think that we advocate for all the children that are in our system. And this is 20% of a population of children are not learning with the traditional learning methods, and I believe that some of the methods that are out there that are currently being used, they are research driven, they are proven, and I would really like to see and advocate for our teachers to being taught to deliver these methods of teaching and ultimately reach every student in our school district. So again, my name is Troy Wingler, and I really appreciate the opportunity to run, and I would be honored to serve on the New Albany Floyd County School Board.
Hello, my name is Lee Cotner, and I want to be your District 2 representative on the New Albany Floyd County School Board. I currently serve in that position. I was appointed in 2016 by the current board. I'm a lifelong resident of New Albany Floyd County. My wife and I both graduated from New Albany High School, as well as did two of the brightest lights in my life, my daughters Chelsea Cotner and Stephanie Cotner. I've been an attorney in downtown New Albany for over 31 years now, and I've served on the school board previously. It's a passion of mine, public education, and the New Albany Floyd County Schools, and I'm asking that you retain me in the District 2 spot. I'm here to tell you there are good things going on in our school system. I was informed yesterday we have 8 national semifinalists, merit national semifinalists, and we hope to have at least 4 of those go on to be national merit finalists. So the curriculum that kids want, they can get it here. We absolutely offer one of the best curriculum packages in a district, I think, in the state of Indiana. So it's there. We've also got some great capital projects going on. We just got a brand new Green Valley School. We're in the process of building a slate run school, and we're doing a major renovation out at Prosser, which will make it one of the best career technical education centers in the state, if not the country. I do want to thank WNAS today, another star in our banner here at the New Albany Floyd County School Districts. My wife and I and both my children are former staff members at WNAS, so I'd like to thank the staff members for allowing me this opportunity. I've told you some of the goods. Here's some of the things I think the school system needs to work on. We've started a small initiative which needs to be district-wide. It's called On My Way Pre-K. We're reaching out to the community and trying to get kids kindergarten ready. All the evidence and all the statistics show that if kids don't show up kindergarten ready, knowing their colors, knowing their numbers, being able to do the alphabet, if they don't show up kindergarten ready, they're already behind. Once they get behind, school becomes unfun. And when school's not fun for kids, they don't want to learn. They regress even more, and if we don't have them on a reading level of 3rd grade by the 3rd grade, there's a good statistical chance we're going to lose them. So I want to see that initiative go district-wide. All the evidence shows that if we can get out to these kids early and get them in pre-K and get them involved and have them kindergarten ready, and a lot of that will be parent involvement. We have to have parent involvement at that early age and through all stages of school, actually. My other area where I think we need to work on is school safety. I would like to see us have there's a certification in the state called School Safety Specialist, and we don't have one in every school right now, and it's going to be my policy that we tell the administration that the school board develops a policy that the school administration shall have a school specialist in every school of this district, and we also need to look at our entrances, ingress and egress, when people are coming and going and how they're getting in, and make sure we've got these schools secure for the children. The other thing that I'd like to work on, if you re-elect me, is school truancy. School truancy is one of the biggest pipelines from high school to prison, statistically, that there is. If we can get, you can't educate a kid if you don't get him to school. So I would like to see us develop a policy and work with the prosecutor's office, and if need be, for the chronic truants, start filing charges against these parents that aren't sending their kids to school and making sure they get to school, and eliminate the high school to prison pipeline that we currently have. Again, I'd like to thank WNAS. I'd like to thank the people of Floyd County for having elected me in 2002. I served from 2002 to 2006 on the very first elected school board, and I was appointed again in 2010 and served to 2012. And the school board asked me again in 2016, and it's been a great honor to serve this community. I do believe that serving on a school board is one of the highest callings for civil service in this county, in this state actually, and in the nation. I enjoy the work, I have a passion for it, and I want to continue serving the students and the people of Floyd County on the New Albany School Board, District Number 2. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leanne Weishart, and I'm asking for your vote to continue to allow me to serve on the New Albany-Floyd County School Board. My 8 years of service on the school board, I believe, give me the experience that's needed to continue to drive our corporation to be not only the best in the state, but to be nationally recognized. Currently, I'm employed as an adult probation officer and the adult sex offender officer here in Floyd County. I've also been a youth advocate for over 25 years via coaching, as a court-appointed special advocate, as a guardian ad litem, as a mentor, and most importantly, as a parent. During my service on the board, some of the areas that I'm most proud of are my support and push for the administration to have more transparency with the staff and the community. Part of that resulted in the board meetings now are live streamed, so those of you who are at home and can't make it to the meeting can see that, or go to the website and look at it later and listen to the audio. Secondly, it was a privilege to vote yes to allow you, the stakeholders, to be the ones with the control to decide if our school corporation deserved the $89 million referendum that you, the community of Floyd County, supported. And third, and I say this unapologetically, I'm very proud of my voting record. It shows fiscal responsibility, especially regarding budgetary items, including raises. I have not supported all administrative raises, multiple raises to administrators in the last 3 to 5 years. I also was the only board member to vote no to the last teacher raises, not because they didn't deserve it, but because they deserved more, and I believed passionately that we had the money in the budget to give them a higher raise. I have 3 areas of passion. I want to continue to improve school safety. I also want to make sure that we're providing as many funding resources as possible to get more mental health professionals in all of our schools. And I'd like to see New Albany-Floyd County as the leader in attacking the lack of diversity amongst the staff. It is a national problem, but I believe we can be the leader at having a very, very diverse staff, including administrators, teachers, coaches, all across our board. And as far as school safety goes, school safety is such a much broader scope than what the media is presenting. Yes, they want to show us the school shootings and the metal detectors and such, but school safety, to me, it's more about suicide issues, bullying, substance abuse issue with our kids, and sexual misconduct. All of these things you don't hear from the media, but they are extremely impacting our school safety, which ties into my next passion. We have to make sure that we are being intentional in funding focus on our mental health professionals in the schools. We need them in all of our schools to help with these issues that I mentioned above. And thirdly, let me go back to the mental health. Just a couple months ago, I was sitting at Wellstone with a mom, trying to provide her comfort to her and one of our New Albany-Floyd County middle school kids, who thought because of some family dysfunction and some bullying at one of our schools, that she would be better off ending her life by taking a belt and hanging herself over the shower rod. And unfortunately, just a couple weeks ago, we had one of our high school students take their own life. This stuff is serious, it's happening in our community, and we have to do everything we can to stop it. And thirdly, with great importance again, I say, we have to be better about hiring minority staff. I want to make sure that we equip our administration with all the resources that they need to recruit, to hire, and to retain the best staff. We already have the best staff, so we need to make sure as board members we're giving our administration the funds they need to be creative with their hiring practices, and to also make sure that we're doing everything in our buildings to create the environment where people want to stay. And right now, people want to be in our facilities. We just need to make sure we continue with that. The most important things I think that you need to know about me is that I'm always going to vote for what I believe is best for our kids, our staff, and you, the stakeholder. I'm not about voting for what works or for what's good. I want to vote for what's best for our kids. I promise you I will continue to research and gather as much information as I can so that I can make a informed decision. Also, I will simply not vote yes because that's the way that we've always done it. That's not a good reason. It has to be more solid. And finally, I want you to know that I embrace change. I don't avoid it. I also understand the role of a board member. The role of a board member is to supervise the superintendent and to craft and edit policies that support public education. That's the role of the school board member, and I think that I've showed that in the last 8 years and want to continue doing that for you. My name is Leanne Weishart, and I'm asking you please to consider voting for me this fall. Early voting begins October the 10th and then goes through the time that Election Day in November. Please consider voting for Weishart. Wise decisions with a heart for kids. Thank you.
My name is Joe Brown, and I am running at large for the New Albany Floyd County School Board. I have been a resident of Floyd County for over 40 years. I am a 1975 graduate of Indiana University with a Bachelor of Science degree in business, majoring in accounting. I have been a practicing CPA since 1977. I'm a partner with the firm Rutherford Moss & Company in New Albany at the present time. My wife Sharon and I have 3 adult children, all of whom graduated from New Albany High School and are presently living in Floyd County. We have 6 grandchildren, 5 of which are school age and attend schools in New Albany Floyd County District. I've been actively involved in the Floyd County schools for many years, serving on many committees and task force, the most recent being the PAC that worked to get in favor of the school bond referendum. In addition, I have served the community working on many nonprofit organizations. I chaired Metro United Way for 2 years. I was involved with ROUC and chaired that board for 6 years. I have been on the Salvation Army board for over 30 years and have served as president of that board. I have been on the Goodwill board, just to name a few. I have coached youth soccer and baseball. I have been involved with basketball, volleyball, and as well as the New Albany High School Theater. I'm a very community-oriented person. I believe in working together to solve problems. We have a great school system. We have a great corporation, but there's always room for improvements. At the present time, the school faces many important issues. School safety, it makes the news all the time. The curriculum, changes happen there. We need to keep updated with that. Our staffing, our teachers and the staff are extremely important. We must take care of the current staff, and we must always recruit quality people. Budgeting is so important. We have limited resources, but we must be good stewards of that money. Our facilities. We have great facilities, but we must maintain those facilities. They don't happen by themselves, so we must invest in our facilities so that we can have the best possible. The technical things. We have Prosser, we have a great technical school, and we need to continue with that. And then technology. Technology is ever changing, and we have to keep up to date. The things that happen today are not going to be in the future. We must maintain that. Those are just a few of the important issues that we have to face as a corporation. My years of training and experience makes me an ideal person to help address these previously mentioned issues. I have seen how the government and businesses handle safety issues. I have worked with businesses on staffing and understand how skills the businesses need for their workforce. I understand finance. I have worked with businesses from mom and pop stores to multinational corporations and everything in between. I've worked with hundreds of businesses over the years. I have worked with building projects both with our own firm, with nonprofits, and with businesses that I've been involved with, both large and small. And again, I understand budgeting and how important that is, and I understand internal controls. I have many clients that are the benefactors of Prosser students. I will be well prepared and I will work hard. Being involved in the community for many years has allowed me to get to know many people. I guess that means that I may be getting older, but that's also with more experience. I know many people in the school system as far as administrators, staff, teachers, to say a few. And I know many people in the nonprofit community. I have worked with those people over the years, working with local businesses and work with the business leaders in our community. I know and work with many people involved with government. What all this says is I think that I have the ability to work with these people. As I stated, I am very community oriented, and I believe that I can bring people together to work with the issues that we face and to solve the problems. Again, my name is Joe Brown. I am running for school board for New Albany, Floyd County at large, and I would appreciate your vote on November the 6th. Thank you.
Hello, I am Dennis Conkle. I am running for school board at large. I am a fourth generation Floyd County farmer and president and owner of Conkle Farms. I went to Greenville Elementary School, graduated Floyd Central High School, along with my wife, Denise, my son, Nathan, and my daughter, Stacy. I continued my education and received my associate's degree from Vincennes University on the Purdue Ag Transfer Program. I went to Purdue and received my Bachelor's of Science degree with a major in agriculture economics. I am currently president of the Floyd County Soil and Water Conservation District. I am vice president of the Floyd County Farm Bureau Board, and I also sit on the USDA Farm Service Agency Committee. These organizations give me the opportunity to express my core values: integrity, accountability, with an economic approach. I've been attending some school board meetings, and I've recognized the need to further diversify the board. Diversification injects new energy, creativity, along with a diversified approach. Our schools are our community's greatest assets, and it's what makes us apart from other school districts. I will be committed to our students' needs, our teachers' concerns, and the responsibility of the taxpayers. I'd like to make common sense decisions along with solutions. What's best for the schools and the residents? Just do the right thing. The world is a seemingly changing place. I'd like to continue to provide technical expertise along with delivering skilled tradesmen and maintaining our soft skills. I would like to see cooperation between our school systems, our parks departments, so that we can further maximize our current athletic facilities more efficiently. Cooperation is the key. One time I was able to sit in on a meeting, and this meeting was how would we be able to help educate the 4th grade students of the New Albany Floyd County school system about where their food and fiber actually comes from. And this committee wanted a hands-on approach. They wanted these students to be able to see live animals, to be able to watch logs sawed up into planks. And at the end of this committee meeting, I sat back and asked the question, where would you like to have this organization prepare this type of program? And they said, well, we would love to have it on a farm. However, we don't have one. And I said, well, you know, I do. And for 16 years, I hosted Farm Week. I shut my farming operation down for 2 weeks in order to help educate the 4th grade students about where their food and fiber actually comes from. Over 10,000 students have been to my farm. Cooperation is the key. I would like to thank WNAS for doing such a gracious job of giving us an opportunity to come in and let the public get to know members of the future school board. I am Dennis Conkle, running for school board at large. Please vote November 6th. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Elaine Gunnerman Murphy, and I'm running for school board at large for the New Albany Floyd County Schools. I want to thank you for inviting me here today for the Meet the Candidate show. I think this is an excellent opportunity for candidates to share their ideas and share their background. A little bit of my background. I have lived in New Albany, Floyd County for 40 years. I've worked here. I've raised my 2 sons here, Ryan and Tyler Gunnerman, and they are both New Albany, Floyd County, New Albany High School graduates, and they were also a part of the WNAS program. And I'm going to date myself a little bit, but I have some VHS tapes of Ryan and Tyler when they were here at WNAS with the legendary Lee Kelly. So I enjoyed that as a parent, watching them do that, and I do thank you for letting me come here today. My son Ryan is in Bloomington. He lives there with his wife Liz, and my 2 granddaughters, Hazel, who's 7, and Everly, who's 1. And my parents live in Ohio, and that's where I'm originally from. And then I have my constant companion, Nellie, who's my dog, and she goes campaigning with me as I go door to door. I'm a graduate of Indiana University Southeast. I have a bachelor's degree in general education and special education. I have a master's degree in counseling and administration and supervision. And I've completed all of my coursework through IU Bloomington for Director of Special Education. So I'm a big Hoosier fan, and I'm looking forward to watching Romeo play for the Hoosiers this year. Go IU! After graduation, I started teaching and spent my entire career with New Albany Floyd County Schools, other than 1 year at Marengo Elementary. I taught special education at Mount Tabor Elementary School and 2nd grade at Mount Tabor. I also did some work at Georgetown Elementary as a special education teacher. I then worked for a year at Fairmont Elementary as a counselor, and I enjoyed my work there, but then I got a call to return to Mount Tabor as the assistant principal. and I worked as the assistant principal, and then the principalship became open at Mount Tabor, so I became principal there in 2007, or in 2000. In 2007, I moved to Floyd's Knobs Elementary School to be principal there, and I worked there until 2014 when I retired. After I retired, I began working at IUS as an adjunct professor in the counseling program, and then as a mentor for the Indiana Association of School Principals, where I work with new building principals throughout the state. All of these experiences I feel will help me as a school board member. And as a school board member, my focus will be school safety, student achievement, and building relationships with constituents. School safety was always a priority with me. As a classroom teacher, I understood that students couldn't learn if they didn't feel safe and if they didn't feel cared for. And then as building principal, I attended the Indiana Department of Education School Safety Specialist Academy each year so that I could be a school safety specialist and keep my building safe. And I can bring that experience to my role as school board member to help keep all of the students in Floyd County safe. Student achievement is also a focus of mine. I want students to be able to grow and learn, and I'm a big fan of the word yet. If a student doesn't understand a concept right now, that just means that they don't understand it yet, and we need to continue to work with them so that they can grow and learn. My third focus will be building relationships with constituents and stakeholders. As a new school board member, I want to build those relationships so we can work together to make sure that all students have the opportunities that they need to learn. Everyone has something valuable to bring to the table, and I want to work with all of the team members to make the best decisions that we can for our students. We want all of our students to receive an outstanding education. And we have a community that supports us as we do that work. And I want to work with the community members. So please, on November 6th, remember to elect Elaine so that we can work together for our students. Thank you.